latest run was, yeah. Okay, actually, what I'll do is I'll compare against my personal best, but if I'm behind at Weasel, then I'll just switch over to previous run. But as I said, I'm pretty sure if I'm ahead at Weasel, then I should just be able to. Then I'm pretty sure I should be able to PB. It's interesting, really. The one cutscene that you can't skip, besides the ending cutscene, tells you the story. Like, it's in this cutscene that you find out that that the island is planned to be like. Is it an island in this game? I think it is. But basically, like, the land is planned to be like turned into a theme park, and that you have to save it. You have to save the homeland, as it were. And then obviously in the ending cutscene you find out the resolution of it all. You find out that you did indeed save the homeland, unless you're really bad and you didn't. In which case you find out that you didn't save the homeland, and it plays really sad music. So yeah, so for this first split, I believe the cutscene happens once you've given the harvest sprites 4 items each, and Gwen 7 items. You may need to give the harvest sprites 3 items. Like I originally I have in my notes it says 3. But the run I did a couple days ago, I'm pretty sure I needed to give them 4. But it may just have been because I didn't give Gwen enough items. Okay, so I think tomorrow. So tomorrow the harvest sprites are going to be outside the villa, and Gwen is going to be in the carpenter's house. Oops, I thought I'd gone through the screen. So I think I'm gonna go to the Harvest Sprites tomorrow. So I'm gonna go to the Harvest Sprites first, just because at the villa there'll be more very berries. Actually, no, yeah, I want to go to. So there should be. Actually, no, I'll just pick up very berries now. Then, if there aren't enough, then what I can do is I'll go to Gwen first tomorrow. And I'll pick them up. I'll pick some up from the Goddess Spring, which is a bit slow. Like, I don't want to have to pick up items from the Goddess Spring, and even just going here now is a little bit slow because I'll be here tomorrow. Okay, I need like one more, ideally. One more very berry, so hopefully one will have grown in Walnut Forest tomorrow. I'm kind of doubtful, but oh well. Actually, if there aren't enough, if another very berry hasn't grown tomorrow in Walnut Forest, then I just won't go to the Harvest Sprites that day. Okay. That's fine. Because when I leave, when I come back here on Friday, because I'm going to skip tomorrow, because actually maybe I should actually go out tomorrow. Because usually I'd have to wait for Gwen to come outside, but that will kind of give me a chance to go visit the Harvest Sprites. But then again, I don't know where the Harvest Sprites will be on Thursdays. I'm just kind of assuming they'll be in the villa. So no, I'm not going to take that risk. Okay, so that's enough for them today. Hopefully at the villa there are more than 3 there. Okay. The game didn't kind of register that I had pressed the L button first. Well, luckily she didn't have like a massive amount of dialogue, so it wasn't really that much of a problem. Okay, only 2 growing. That's still possibly fine, because I think a couple will grow again in Walnut Forest in the next few days. Although I've also actually run out of herbs, so... So I think I now only have 2... Yeah, I only have 2 very berries now. Um, so I kind of need, and because so I need there to be, I'd kind of like there to be herbs in Walnut Forest tomorrow, but also if there isn't, I'd need there to be like at least 2 very berries, I guess. Um, but if there is, then I mean I'd still like there to be more than just 1, but I guess I'll take 1 as long as there are herbs there. Okay. That's 2, and then maybe a herb next to the signpost. No, there isn't. That's fine though, because now I should have, because after this I should have 3. Okay, 1 more berry has grown, which is good. Well, I do kind of need there to be more, but that was, yeah, that was the 3rd lot of gifts to the Harvest Sprites. So I think I've given Gwen 4 then. So I'm gonna try and see if 3 days, 3 items to each sprite will be fine. So the next few days I'm just gonna give Gwen an item. I'm not gonna bother with the Harvest Sprites. So the fact that it's raining is fine here. But I do actually still need some items to grow because I've only got 1. Or I only had 1 very berry. So actually, the good thing about doing this is if the Harvest Sprites do need to be given 1 more gift each, then the next time I go see them outside the villa, there should be quite a few very berries there to pick up. Which would be very nice because I am kind of playing it A bit too close for comfort here. What day is it? Monday. Okay, well I can skip tomorrow anyway, so that's fine. Unless it rains. Okay, so if the harvest sprites need any more items then I'll have enough now, which is good. If they don't, then I think I should get the cutscene tomorrow. If not, it'll require one more day. I can't remember what number of items I'm on with Gwen. I can't actually remember whether I'm on 6 or 7 with Gwen. I guess if I don't get it tomorrow, I'll just give both of them an item, and then that should be... It's a bit longer, but... I see, today is Thursday, I don't want to do that. Okay, so I'm not going to be ahead at this split. But if I get the cutscene at the end of today, so if I wake up getting the cutscene tomorrow, I won't be too far behind. So I think I'd be able to save it. But I think that'll only be if I actually do get the cutscene at the end of today. Because I've got, I think it was an almost... Yeah, it's almost a minute time save on photograph 1, and then if I successfully do the Harvest Goddess offering, then I should be able to save some time on photograph 2 as well. That's not helpful. So I'm pretty certain I should get the cutscene tomorrow, unless it's raining. Like, I don't see why I wouldn't, because I'm pretty certain I've definitely given the Harvest Sprites 4 items each, and I'm like almost certain I've given Gwen at least 7 items. But I don't understand how I'm losing this much time. Like, I don't actually know what I would have done in my PB that would have been so quick, unless I just got really lucky with berries and stuff. Okay. So I was a little, I think, under a minute better than my previous run, but it's still almost 2.5 minutes worse than my PB. Although I don't actually know how the intro was in my PB, so that was some bad movement. But I mean, I imagine it was my intro was somewhere around 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, like similar time to what I got here, which would mean. It would mean I did it in like I did the split in like 13 minutes. So unless there were just some days where both Gwen and the sprites were like right by each other, I don't really see how. I can't really think off the top of my head how I would have saved so much time. Or maybe not saved so much time, but how I would have gotten such a good split there. So I don't know if it's spring's rainy period just yet. If not, then it's coming up very soon. I think this may be like the beginning of it. Okay, I still have 5 berries left. So I'm going to try and actually I might pick up some berries soonish just to avoid, just so that like they can start growing now, because only like a certain number of berries can actually be growing at a time. So so if I didn't pick these would basically stay here. But then whilst I'm giving these berries to Gwen, that may not be enough days for like the next lot to fully grow, which would then kind of mess with the cycle of things. So I'd be running low on berries or something, which wouldn't be too bad because I could because I'm also able to get herbs, but okay. That was a lot sooner than I was anticipating. Like, a lot sooner. But I'm only 8 seconds behind, so I'll take that. And funnily enough, I think I'm still actually in the rainy season. I just think there was like a day break or something. What days is it? Yeah, I think the rainy season shouldn't end for like another 2 days. However, I do think there's a possibility now, because I got the pointless cutscene a lot earlier than I was expecting. I may end up getting photograph 1 later. I don't know. I just will see how things play out, because theoretically I've got time save here. I don't know whether I will actually be able to save that time, because I don't know whether because it could have just been like in my previous run where I got the gold. I just started this cutscene later into how, so, because okay, so what I mean is, like, assume that rainy day didn't happen, I'd probably be like, I wouldn't have really lost any time. I would probably be like, the previous split would have been about like the same length, because it would have been like an extra 2 minutes. It would, well, by the looks of it, it would have lost time, because assuming tomorrow was a clear day, I would have got the cutscene then, but I would be further into the amount of gifts that I need to give to activate the next cutscene, which would mean photograph 1 would be shorter. So it's kind of difficult to tell whether or not, like, how many gifts I am away, and how many gifts I was away from, like, when I activated the previous cutscene. I find it interesting and slightly funny that the more, like, complex Harvest Moon runs, and the ones that are more tricky to know exactly what's going on, don't usually require as much, like, to be done, kind of. So in, like, say Back to Nature or Friends of Mineral Town, there's quite a lot that needs doing. You know, you need to get like to 60,000 affection with whoever you're trying to marry. But in something like Wonderful Life and Save the Homeland, you have no idea how much you need to be doing, or how many items you need to be giving, or anything like that. So even though you probably don't need to give anywhere near as many gifts, in these games, because it's kind of harder to tell when certain things occur, it interestingly enough makes them, I feel, a bit more difficult than some of the other games that are more well documented. Yeah, so for me to save time or not lose any time on this split, I need to get the cutscene around, I think it's 16 minutes in-ish. That would be like for me to not lose any time at all. So not lose time, but not save time. Anything really under 16 minutes, and I should save time. Wait, yeah, it might be Tuesday today. It is Tuesday today. Nope, didn't want to do that. So it's nowhere near summer's rainy season yet. But I'm gonna get in with some rainy days. Actually, I think I was getting rainy days like on the exact same days last run. Like I'm pretty sure both summer 5 and 6 were rainy days in my previous attempt. Maybe that's just a really bizarre coincidence. Or maybe I don't know. I don't know what else it would be, but like it'd be so weird if specifically summer 5 and 6 were programmed to be rainy days. But anyway, so her birthday's coming up in 2 days, which means that'll be a big boost in affection. Yeah, so with her birthday coming up, it means it shouldn't be too long until I get the next cutscene. Unless I walk into trees. Okay. So I think I might actually end up saving 2 minutes on this split. Somewhere between a minute and 2, I think. Because it's about 6 minutes of waiting to get to 7 o'clock, so funny enough, I think I will actually end up saving the time from my previous run I had to save. What day is that actually? Oh. So funny enough, I actually just realised if I did get it on a Thursday, I'd be able to save a little bit of time because I wouldn't have to go into the carpenter's house. Instead, I'd just have to go to what's it called? To like the area with the supermarket, not supermarket, to the area with the seed shop. I could spend a little bit of time in there, so that would actually be a little bit quicker because game time doesn't pass when you're inside buildings. So I kind of need to wait a certain amount of time so I can actually so that the goddess accepts my offering. So what I'm doing here is I'm waiting to give the goddess an offering so that she increases my affection with Gwen, which hopefully, if it works, because there's a chance it can fail, which if it does, then it's just killed a run that could have actually PB'd, but But if it works, then theoretically it should speed up the next split by quite a bit. And actually, something I found out last run is if you just wait here, as soon as 7 o'clock hits, the cutscene will activate for you. Okay. It may or may not have worked. It was a bit vague as to whether or not it did or didn't work. I'm sure if it doesn't work, it's a bit more obvious. Like it straight up says it didn't work. But even though she says you don't choose who you get the boost with, apparently it's just with whoever you have the most affection with. So it should be. So I should have got the boost with Gwen. So on my last stream, whilst I was playing Back to Nature, I talked a little bit about some ideas I was having for Back to Nature bingo. So the past couple of days I've been working with that a bit more, and last night I actually did a triple bingo. So obviously bingo is where you have to get a straight line of 5. Triple bingo is where you have to get 3 lines of 5. Those are because I just did triple because I thought it would be more interesting than just one. Because one line would be, it'd be like if you got like if there was just like a really good line on the board, then everyone in, like if you were racing bingo at least, everyone would just go for that. But yeah, so I tried out. So I did like a test, I guess, run of triple bingo for Back to Nature. I didn't actually go too badly. Like I made some stupid mistakes, which meant what could have been a 2 hour, what could have been like a 1.5 hour run was 2 hours, but either way it worked quite well. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of, I'm actually going to like stream it. So at the end of today's stream, the last thing I'll be doing, because at some point I'll move on to Back to Nature today, but at the end of the stream I'll do a triple bingo just to kind of show it off, to see what people think of it. So I'm kind of hoping I get the next cutscene before before the rainy season, which I think is maybe a little less than 10 days away now. So I don't know how likely that is. But once the rainy season comes, I won't actually be able to get the next cutscene. So it's kind of hard to tell when you've done enough when the rainy season comes, because you won't get the cutscene until a clear day. Whoops. Wait, no, today's Thursday. Okay, now I think the rainy season has begun. I don't think I need to pick up any more items. I think the 11 berries that I've got, and however many herbs I've got, should be fine. Even if that was like my last herb, I think those should do me for the rest of the run. I'm surprised the rainy season has actually started. I thought that rainy day earlier meant that it has started, but apparently it was just a random rainy day. Either that or I'm getting really, I guess, good luck with weather, because at this point I don't particularly want the rainy days because rainy days stop the next cutscene happening. So I guess by not getting rainy days I am getting good luck. Okay, now it's the rainy season. So I'm just going to skip through this. So today's Wednesday. I'm going to go out tomorrow just to check if I got the cutscene. Actually, no, it won't make a difference. Because after the next cutscene I won't need to give her any more gifts, so... yeah. Oops. Okay, so it's fall, so I don't think any more fairy berries will grow, which means I do need to get it with these next 8. But as I said, I think that should be fine. Thanks, Lewis. Also, did you get Amazon Prime just to subscribe to me? Because I'm pretty sure you didn't have it before. Amazon Student, is that like... Because Amazon Prime is only like £5 a month. Is that like... Is Amazon Student like... Is that free, like a free trial, or is it just cheaper or what? Fair enough. Free for 6 months. So that's like... That's 6 free subscriptions for me. Okay, here's the next. That'd be quite good. I think I'll save like a minute on this split. So yeah, so I'm going to be doing a similar thing to earlier, where I'm just going to be waiting here until the game goes, hey, it's time for the cutscene to happen. So I know I was saying earlier I was going to do this run and then do possibly a Bluebird run, but I think I'm just going to move on to save. I'm already doing saves. I think I'm going to move on to Back to Nature after this. So yes, this one will probably end up PB. Well, not even probably, will definitely PB, because I'm pretty sure I'll save about a minute here, and then next split is, you know, not really time save or time loss. It's interesting then, because really the only time loss I've had in this run was the Weasel cutscene. So theoretically there's still potential time save there. I don't know how much. I mean, I know it was like, hey, that's 2.5 minutes of time save, but I don't know how accurate that is. Because the fact that I saved like, oh, I lost 2.5 minutes there could be why I then saved, 2 minutes on the next split. But I don't really know. This game's a bit dumb, a bit complicated. But regardless of that, I'm going to save time, so that's good. I'm going to PB. So the cutscene is happening now. And now I've just got to wait a week, and then that's the run. Okay. So this is the final cutscene. You can't skip this one, unfortunately. If you could, it would save like 2 minutes off the run, which would obviously be very nice, but whatever. So this may make... So actually this run may actually end up being faster than the current world record for Bluebird. I think Bluebird may still actually be faster. I don't know. Because I know my Bluebird isn't exactly the best. Oh no, I didn't gold. That's still a PB and a world record. And yeah, that is quicker than the current Bluebird world record, because Bluebird is 108 something. I want to say it's a high 108, but I don't know definitely. Oh, apparently it's 1.8 exactly. So that's 5 seconds quicker than Bluebird. And Bluebird can definitely save 5 seconds. So, but apparently, so this run can save time as well on the Weasel split. So I guess I'll find out at some point. I'll go back to my previous PB, so the one that I just beat, and figure out how fast the intro was, so I can figure out what my best for the Weasel split was.